Welcome back. All right, so there are 6 teams playing on Wednesday night. None of them are playing on Thursday, so I can do the Thursday preview before I go to the Canucks game tonight and have it posted to the channel in the morning. So 7 Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. I might be late getting back from the Canucks game. You never know what might happen, so I figured do the preview now. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start for Dallas and Buffalo. This is the second meeting for them this year. January 23rd, Buffalo won in overtime 3-2. If you get a game to extra time, you're going to beat Dallas. They're 34-17-13 on the season. Their last 10 games, they're 4-3-3. Away from home, they're 17-8-5. They have a plus 44 as their goal differential. They're coming off of a loss against Calgary that stung. We'll see how they respond. Buffalo's had some stinging losses of their own. They're 32-27-4 overall. Their last 10 games, they're 5-5. Their home record is not great, 13-17-2. They have a plus 9 as their goal differential, and they need to bounce back from that loss against the Islanders. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Those Islanders will be looking to sweep the series of the season against the Pittsburgh Penguins. So for the Islanders, they won the first 3, 5-1 on December 27th, 5-4 on February 17th, and 4-2 on February 20th. So if Pittsburgh had a good record against the Islanders, they wouldn't have any concern about how close they were to the playoff line, and conversely, the Islanders would be struggling to make the playoffs. Islanders are 33-25-8 overall. Their last 10 games, they're 6-2-2. Away from home, they're 13-14-5. They have a plus 12 as their goal differential. Pittsburgh, 32-22-9 on the season. Their last 10, they're 5-5. Very up and down season for them. At home, they're 17-9-4. They have a plus 3 as their goal differential. Then we get to the New York Rangers and the Montreal Canadiens. This is the third and final meeting between these two teams. They've split the season series thus far. January 5th, it was a 4-1 win for the Rangers. January 15th, it was a 2-1 win for Montreal. For the Rangers, they're 35-19-9. Their last 10 games, they're 4-5-1. Away from home, they're 18-8-5. They have a plus 30 as their goal differential. On the Montreal side, they're 26-33-5. Their last 10 games, they're 3-6-1. At home, they're 14-15-2. They have a negative 53 as their goal differential. So they're good at home. The Rangers do have to keep an eye on the fact that Montreal likes to play spoiler and held their own against the Carolina Hurricanes. Then also at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, the New Jersey Devils against the Washington Capitals. This is the third of 4 meetings. On October 24th, Washington won 6-3. On November 26th, New Jersey won 5-1. The fourth and final meeting will be on April the 13th. New Jersey's 41-16-6 overall. Their last 10 games are 6-3-1. They're coming off of that loss against Toronto. Away from home, fantastic record, 23-4-4. On the Washington side of things, they're 31-28-6. Their last 10 games, they're 3-7. At home, they're 15-13-3. They have a plus 5 as their goal differential. If Washington's going to stay in the hunt, they need to start stringing some wins together, and New Jersey's a really good test for that. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, Philadelphia in against Carolina. Carolina's won the first 2 meetings thus far. October 29th, it was a 4-3 overtime win for Carolina. On December 23rd, it was a 6-5 win, and the fourth and final meeting will be on March the 18th. Philadelphia is now 24-29-11. Their last 10 games are 2-7-1. Away from home, they're 12-14-7. They have a negative 43 as their goal differential. Of course, they'll be without DeAngelo. It's kind of too bad because it's, in Carolina where he played last year. Carolina 42-12-8. Their last 10 games are 8-2. At home, they're 22-7-2. They have a plus 58 as their goal differential. So, yeah, pretty good season for Carolina. And as I keep mentioning, if not for the ridiculous numbers Boston's putting up, we would be talking a lot more about how good Carolina's been this year. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start for Vegas and the Tampa Bay Lightning. On February 18th, Vegas won this matchup at home, 5-4, but Tampa Bay is a much better team at home than on the road. Vegas is 38-20-6 overall. Their last 10 games are 6-2-2 away from home, an impressive 17-7-5. They have a plus 25 for their goal differential. They're looking to bounce back from a loss against Florida. Tampa Bay, 38-21-5, but their last 10 games, 3-5-2. It's been a struggle. At home, they're 23-5-4, and they have a plus 27 as their goal differential. So the overall numbers are very, very close between these two, but the last 10 games tell you Vegas is headed in one direction. Tampa Bay's been headed in the other. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific start between the Oilers and Boston. Boston went into Edmonton on February 27th and won 3-2. The Oilers, 35-22-8. Their last 10 games, they're 5-3-2. They're better on the road than at home. They're 19-10-3. They have a plus 33 for their goal differential. But Boston is fantastic at home. They're 49-8-5 overall. They've won 10 in a row, so their last 10, they're 10-0. At home, they're 26-2-3. Their goal differential is now an insane plus 105. I believe their goal differential in the second period is plus 52. I think it's plus 52, which would be the same as New Jersey's overall. I think that's what it is. It's been ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous for Boston, and it continues to be so. So yeah, I mean, there's obviously going to be a lot of people say, oh, that means they'll lose in the first round. It's been a great ride. I don't know what they're going to do in the playoffs. 8 Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, San Jose and St. Louis matchup. St. Louis won the first two meetings. On November 10th, 5-2, and March the 2nd, 6-3. For San Jose, they're 19-34-2 overall. Their last 10 games, they're 2-7-1. Away from home, they're better than at home. They're 13-16-4. They have a negative 59 as their goal differential. That was hurt by the 6-0 loss against Colorado. St. Louis, 27-31-5. Their last 10 games, they're 2-6-2. So this is a matchup between two very much struggling teams. Might see some fights in this one. At home, they're 13-14-4. They have a negative 40 as their goal differential. 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific start between the LA Kings and the Colorado Avalanche. LA won the first meeting. That was December 29th by a score of 5-4 in overtime. The third and final meeting will be on April the 8th. LA 37-20-8 overall. Their last 10 games are 7-2-1. Away from home, they're 17-11-6. They have a plus 5 as their goal differential. Colorado 35-21-6 is their overall number. They're also 7-2-1 in their last 10. So if you're looking for which matchups might end up being the best for the night, I would say Edmonton-Boston. I would say LA-Colorado is going to be right there as well. Colorado 17-10-5 at home. So their record at home versus the road record for LA, very, very similar. The plus 27 is where Colorado has an advantage there. And then also at 9 Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. So like I said, at this point, there will be 10 games on at the same time. I do what I can. So Nashville's won 2 of the first 3 meetings. This is the 4th meeting between these two. Nashville wins in a shootout, 4-3 on November 21st. On February 13th, it was a 4-2 win for the Coyotes. On February 26th, it was a 6-2 win for Nashville. Nashville needs this one in order to keep themselves in the hunt for a playoff spot. They're 31-23-7 overall. Last 10 games are 6-3-1 away from home. They're 15-12-4. They have a negative 2 as their goal differential. On the Arizona side, they're 22-32-10, but over their last 10, they're 4-4-2. They're playing relatively well. At home, they're 15-11-3. They have a negative 52 for their goal differential. But remember, what they did to St. Louis last night, it can happen. Where it looks like they get outplayed for large portions, they get an opportunity, it goes in the net. We'll see if that happens against Nashville. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. We just have the one West Coast start. The Seattle Kraken hosting the Ottawa Senators on January 7th. Seattle went into Ottawa and won 8-4. So ridiculous amount of goals there. Seattle does do that occasionally. On the Ottawa side, they're 32-27-4. They're 6-3-1 in their last 10. They're coming off of a very rough outing against the Chicago Blackhawks. They're 13-15-2 away from home. Their goal differential is a +1. So they still have a plus, but just barely. On the Seattle side, they're 37-21-6 overall. Their last 10 games are 7-3. They've won 5 in a row. At home, they're 16-12-3. So it feels like their home record's getting better as part of this. And their goal differential is a +23. So for Seattle, who've reached the 80-point mark for the first time in their history, they'll be trying to hit 82 tomorrow against the Ottawa Senators. And we'll see how it works out. So let me know your winners in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. It's going to be a busy night. There are some very busy nights between here and the end of the season, but we're getting close. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your winners. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.